Good evening all. Is this live? I'm assuming we're live. Yep. Hello everybody. Welcome to this. I'll do it Jason. Hello everybody. Yep, we're live. Let me just do the sound on that. Yeah. Everybody hear me alright? I know you can hear me alright, it's fine. A bit late today. I'm not going to apologise for it. Basically, I've been at work and I've had some really, really interesting conversations. All can be heard on the podcast. But yeah, it is the final day of the season on Sunday. Thank God. Thank the friggin' Lord. And this is just going to be half an hour of Ask Me Anything. I really, to be frank, in the words of Ken Susi of Unearth, sorry, as I lay dying these days, he said, you could be the smallest band on the planet, but to those people watching you, you're as big as Metallica. You could be the smallest FPL channel in the world, but the people watching you, you could be as big as Andy Let's Talk FPL. Yeah, I have zero interest in talking FPL, to be honest. I am personally, without sounding like a broken record. The irony is, of course, there are people who've been waiting for this. And now they're going to go, oh, I don't really want to watch this now. Yeah, see you later then. That's the irony in it all. Because they know I don't want to talk about this. Yeah, I'm personally overjoyed this season is over with. And let's get it out of the way. A team for Sunday is going to be Pickford in goal, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Vardio, Palmer. I don't know who to be honest, I don't know who I'm captaining, but Palmer, as it stands right now, Saka, Gordon, who looks like he's injured, but I'm sending him anyway. Foden, Jackson, Isaac, and Haaland. And basically, it's just going to be a simple case of bringing in somebody for Gordon. Is it going to be Salah? Is it going to be Elise? Is it going to be Eze? Is it going to be I genuinely don't know who I'm going to be bringing in. I haven't even thought about it. It will probably be when I'm in the studios with FPL Focal, along with the many others. What's he doing? He's bringing in Salah, right? Do that. Who's he captaining? Yeah, do that as well. Copy him. Done. That's it. We can go on a sinking ship together. Crack on with that. Be a lot easier. Way more easier to just copy FPL Focal on the day and just enjoy the day itself. So for anybody listening in, if you don't know, I keep forgetting what it's called. I keep calling it the Three Bears. It's not the Three Bears pub. And my phone's vanished. Brilliant. I can't remember what it's called now. Let's just quickly bring up FPL Meets on, what do you call it? On X, FPL Meets. One of the very, very few accounts I haven't muted. It might help if I just typed in the right thing. Oh, the Thirsty Bear, of course it is. So, going to the Thirsty Bear on, what do you call it? Sunday. That's genuinely, all I care about is just having a laugh, to be completely frank, and to have the usual, I say the usual, it actually doesn't happen, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Oh my God, it's you. Hi. I love your show. I've literally been doing this all day today in my head. I actually posted about it. I love your show. Oh yeah. I love everything about it. The Hulk Hogan shirts, the glasses, the bald head, everything. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, the Hulk Hogan shirt, the glasses, the bald head, everything. Right. You couldn't order me a pint, could you? Can I get a picture with you? Why not? Oh, God. All I actually care about on that day is just seeing how FPL choose. There we are, Matty. Straight away. Can't talk about it. How they do the live streaming, I'm going to be really... That's all I care about, really, because I'm more interested in the behind the scenes of how shows do their stuff than I actually am regarding anything anybody else is doing, to be fair. And the fact that they're going to be live streaming the day, like they did last year, and I'm probably going to be holding Nick's hand like a child. Please don't leave me. And yeah, it's going to be, I think this season's going to be a lot different for their live stream, because last year was a bit chaotic. But I think now, because, let's get real here, they are a lot more professional. I think it's going to be a lot different this year. I think the way they're going to do the show is different. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, it'd be interesting to know if anybody's even watching this, if you're actually going to the actual event itself. Yeah. So, Animations, good evening. FPL Sparta, good evening. Matty Winalot, good evening. Harry Dawson, evening. PK7, evening. How many goals is Salah scoring this weekend? Oh, he's asking Matty. Oh, well. Michael Swedin, good evening. In fact, that reminds me, Michael Swedin doing very well in the YouTube chat league, surprisingly. I've actually been writing down the names of the people that participate in chat. Is your name going to be on there? Is your name going to be on there come the end of the season? Yeah, Michael Swedin's 5th. He is 24 points behind John Harris. Ooh, can Michael Swedin get into 4th spot? Has he got any chips left? No. So he's going into the final day of the season up against John Harris. 145 points last game week. Excellent score. Very, very good. Animation saying he's going to be bringing in Salah for a -4. Don't bother. Don't bother considering I'm thinking of bringing in Salah. Don't even bother. FPL Matty's thinking of bringing in Havant. I don't know who Havant is. Havertz or Elise. One of the two. I'd probably go with Elise, personally. I think that's more of a chance here. What else is being said? Shaguer's captaining Salah. Captaining Salah. I wonder if it's going to be going... what do you call it? I wonder if that's what Focal will be doing. Because if Focal's doing it, I'll be doing it. Matthew Zaishi saying, good evening, everyone. Kyle Wells, a new name around here. Good God. He must have hit the subscribe button just to say that. If you are new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Colm saying, I hope you're not too stressed. I don't really stress much these days. I get pissed off. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't get pissed off. That's a simple fact. But when it comes to being stressed, not at work, work's a piece of piss. As I said in my interview the other day, I say interview, it was literally just a question, how did you find the job? And I just opened up a bit and said, to be completely frank, I find it really easy. As Keith says in The Office, I find it really boring, really. It's not exactly difficult. Yeah, well, maybe at your level. But ultimately, I want to be a podcast host. Yeah, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Now, you were a podcast host. Yeah. Are you going to be doing the UEFA Fantasy, Steve-O? No, I have literally zero interest in anything, any other fantasy game now other than FPL. That's literally all I'm going to be doing. In fact, to be completely honest, I have zero interest in playing fantasy football full stop, but playing a game in which I couldn't even care about the tournament, no, I have zero interest in. FPL Harry's actually going to the meets, and he's saying here, I won't be there till 7. What? You're in London? Did you see my impression of you the other day? No, mate. Don't you dare give me that. No, I'm being serious. Give me that cucumber, I'm walking out the door. Hilarious. Absolutely. I think that, along with Mr. and Mrs. Plonker, is up there with my highlights of the FPL Juice show this season. Don't you dare give me that. Ah, mate, you're right. Mental. Absolutely mental. PK7 saying that's 10 minutes away from my London office is the Thirsty Bear. 10 minutes in London, that's about 10 miles away. Animation saying he's very happy Leeds won last night. Don't know. I do not want West Brom in the Premier again. Don't even think they're in the playoffs, are they? Not to my knowledge. West Brom aren't in the playoffs, are they? I don't think they are. Not. It's Southampton. Oh, it is West Brom. All right. Oh. Shows how much I care or take any notice. I don't have a clue. I don't take any notice of it, to be honest with you. I literally have zero interest. Nuclear Atoms has hit his free hit, trying to stick every single attacker everyone is thinking of. What? My free hit is active. I'm trying to stack every... So basically you're going to be bringing in every player that everybody's got. Dude, I'm telling you this for free. Go with... I mean, you got to go with a bit of template, but you want to be going with the likes of strikers, Mateta. You want to be going with Mbermo. I don't know why I've just got in my head Mbermo. So Mbermo, Mateta. The Fulham are away at Luton. You know what? Muniz could be a really good shout, along with Haaland. There's your front three. Muniz, Haaland, and Mateta. There's your front three. Midfielder wise, well, I'd probably go with two Arsenal. I'd go with Odegaard and actually Trossard. Fuck it, Trossard. Go with Trossard and Havertz or Saka, but probably Saka because of penalties. But whichever one you want to go with, toss up. It's basically a toss of the coin between the three. But I like Odegaard. Fuck it, go with Odegaard. Trossard and Odegaard. So you got 2 spots left for a midfielder. Palmer, I guess. So that's 3, and then Salah. If Jota starts, on Sunday, you put him in your team. That's your 4 at the back. And then who's got the most likely chance of a clean sheet this weekend? Well, I'd put Muric, Burnley's Muric in goal. And then Man City, put in Vardiol, get in another Man City defender, let's say Walker. So Walker and Vardiol. And then for your third defender, go with an Arsenal one. So Ben White. There you are. There's your team. So Muric in goal, Ben White, Vardiol, Walker. In midfield, you've got Mbermo, Palmer, Saka / Havertz / Odegaard, and Trossard. You've then got up front Mateta, Haaland, and Muniz. Or in fact, sack off Muniz, just sack him off, and have Salah. Oh yeah, Jota, wasn't it? Have a 3-5-2 and have Jota in there if he starts. Done. There's your 3-5-2. Move on. Just have a laugh. If you got your free hit still, just have a laugh with it. There's no point in bringing in the team up on the screen, basically. Christ almighty. Steve Sedman saying Eze over Elise. Yeah, I think Eze over Elise is a good shout. He's on penalties, but it's literally a toss of the coin. Elf is in the one up there. What will we do for 2 months without club football? Get a tan? Just checking previous Game Week 38. Yeah, everybody does it. Every season it's the same thing. Game Week 38 is the same thing where these teams did this amount of goals, blah, 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 blah. Just stick with your gut, honestly. Just checking the only one I can run on scoring many goals are Liverpool, Arsenal and Spurs. Even they have been... Don't go with Spurs. Avoid Spurs like the plague. Terrible game. I'm so glad the game isn't ruining my football experience. Got UEFA Champions... Oh yeah, the UEFA Champions League. Forgot about that. What do you think the highest scoring game will be for the final game week? Arsenal, Everton, nope. Brentford, Newcastle, so there's one. Brighton, Man U, forget it. Burnley, Nottingham Forest, nah. Chelsea, Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. And potentially Man City winning 4 or 5-0 against West Ham. But like, if you're looking at teams that are, I think that would be goals galore. Like, as in, like, I reckon could score 2. Let's just say, for argument's sake, if I was to predict games ending 3-2, 4-2, 2-2, something like that. Brentford, Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. That's what I see it as, personally. Harry said he's going to the Chelsea game. Very nice. Seeing your captain score a hat-trick here? Yeah, good. Who wins tomorrow in the boxing? I literally do not care. Do not give a flying stuff about boxing. Harry Dawson saying, who you captain? I literally have no idea. I have said, whoever Focal is captaining, that's what I'm doing. Cameron Griffin, is that the same Cam Griffin that's part of the chain wrestling gang? It's got to be. PK7 thinking that Usek is going to win on points. Harry Dawson thinks Usek wins on points. Shagar is Tony, Jackson, Havertz, Salah captain, no Haaland or Saka. No Haaland. I've gone with Gakpo and Salah double up. I'm on the Liverpool attack. I still don't know if I should stick with Foden or get the double up on Arsenal attack with Havertz. Just go with Jota. Bloody hell. Sultan Saeed must have heard me and Jason slagging him off the other day. He's actually here, live in the chat. Christ. Same as Wayne Dean. Good God. How many wrestler t-shirts do you own? I only own chain wrestling shirts, to be honest. And even then, the problem with... You won't need to be listening into this, but the only problem with the chain wrestling shirts is that they shrink, annoyingly. So I always order... So Chain Wrestling, or more specifically SJP Media, released new shirts today. And I'm going to be ordering 2 of them. They're all like NWO, WCW/NWO type shirts. So I'll be buying them. I'll be getting them in 3XL. But the problem is, after like a couple of washes, they shrink down to like 1XL and they just look tight. It just looks ridiculous. It's like this. This is the official WWE. The official WWE top, but annoyingly it shrunk. In fact, I say that it didn't. It was a 2XL because they didn't have 3XL. I always get 3XL, but it shrunk annoyingly. So yeah, in answer to your question, how many do I own? I don't know. Dean's saying you did great streams again this season. Right, if you think that brilliant, genuinely brilliant, being a genuine critic, they've been shit, mate. I fucking hated them. I don't know why people even fucking watch. Men in Black saying, great finish in the Elite FPL Super Brew. Only 2.5 points separate the top 3. Yeah, so long as Lino doesn't win. I mean, he's another one, doesn't even exist anymore. So the Super Brew, which I've fallen off a cliff in. Genuinely fallen off a cliff. 10th. Brilliant. Great. So Andrew Ferguson is 1/2 a point clear of Lino. I don't know how the fuck this happens. He's 2,921st in the world, Andrew. Lino, then Dazid, Firetog, Sultan, Maestro, Cinnamon, Rodriguez, Paulie, then me. I don't understand how it's like as if my scores aren't registering, even though I'm getting the outcomes correct. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand how I've fallen off a cliff, and yet I'm getting what do we call it? The outcomes correct. Oh, why isn't that working for? Bloody button. I'm gonna have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Brilliant. Oh, for fuck's sake. I actually hate doing this. It drives me up the wall. Just work, please. If you don't work, this stream is ending. It's simple. Like, thank you. Really that fucking difficult. Aston Villa being brilliant this year. Why are you going to follow what Focal's doing? Because I can. Connor's saying it's kind of sad the Premier League is done for a few months this season after Sunday, but we get international. Why are you sad about it? Fucking glad it... Well, from a fantasy football perspective, I'm glad it's over and done with. Bloody awful. I'm not thinking of going balls deep with different picks to have fun because I've done that before and it never worked. So this time I'm just trying to pick players who will get the most points. Well, that's just stating the obvious. Wayne Dean, Elise or Eze, either one. As Andy would say, just pick the penalty taker. So that's Eze. I know you like a lot of older shows. Favourite TV and film created in the last 5 years. So it is Line of Duty, Line of Duty, Line of Duty, Line of Duty, Line of Duty. The Responder, Detectorist. So Line of Duty, I know technically that came out, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago, but whatever. Yeah, Line of Duty for definite. The Responder for definite, even though Series 1, after you've seen it once, ain't great. The Detectorist, absolutely 100% definite. 4 Lives with Steve Merchant, that's absolutely outstanding. If anybody's listening into this, you have to watch that. In fact, I've just seen PK7's answer himself. The Last of Us. Yeah, The Last of Us is absolutely quality to that. Anything else in the last 5 years I've really enjoyed? Why did the Nazis lose the war? That's genuinely really, really... Only for the archive footage. It's fantastic. Genuinely fantastic. It's on Netflix. If you're into your World War II history, Why Did the Nazis Lose the War? It's from 2021. It's the same old thing, but it's brilliant. It's great. Do I shave my armpits? Yep. Only because I've got tattoos underneath them, so yeah. I just had to depart with my original Nitro Knights shirt, Cameron Diffin said. Depart with it? Yeah, I had to depart with it ages ago. I just put it in the bag outside for charity, basically. So there'll be some African kid in Nairobi or something in an NWO shirt. Ridiculous. I presume Chain Wrestling discusses about the Attitude Era. Chain Wrestling is a show which Ray Koreshi now watches / listens to because of me. Reality is it's just 2 really friendly blokes. So the premise of the show is episode 1, they talk about a match. So it was Booker T versus Scott Steiner in a cage match from some event in 2000. And then they have to give the score out of 10, and then they say to each other, right then, how are we going to link that match we've just discussed into the match they want to review next? And then they put a vote out on Chain Wrestling, and then now so they've done 150 lives, but they've done about 160, maybe 170 total. So now 170 shows. They've just covered some Japanese tag team wrestling from 1997 and Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. But they do a non-topic, which is always probably I would say the non-topic section is probably the best bit. It's the most entertaining because it's literally just talking about, like, for instance, I've talked about this to death. For argument's sake, they'll be like, this week it was what pisses you off. What pisses you off, that's it. So I every time they do a non-wrestling topic, I'll just write a massive thread. You crap saying, have I got anything to play for? Nope. Absolute fuck all. Do I have any interest in watching the Euros? Well, ironically, because I'm not going to be... because I'm not working mornings anymore, I'm going to be able to watch the matches, so I'll be begrudgingly watching it. Dan, I'm hoping, will be doing Patreon podcasts about it, to be honest with you. Talking of which, so if you sign up to Patreon for free now, during the summer there'll probably be some Patreon podcasts. And then hopefully that encourages you to potentially join the Trophy League next year, where you pay $4.99 a month, and then you get additional content on Patreon for that, and you get entered into the Trophy League. If you could punch one person in the FPL community, who would it be? No comment. There's a few, but I say that. There isn't actually. I don't think there's anybody in the FPL community that makes me angry enough where I'm like, yeah, you're a so-and-so, I want to smack you. There's Muppets in the FPL community in the sense of on X that I just think are cretins. But I've just muted them, blocked them, whatever. I don't ever want to see their stuff, but because they're just attention-seeking, desperate pieces of shit, basically. But actual content creators, there's no one that I would... I mean, ironically, when you actually meet these people in person, you're like, oh, you're whoever it is. It's really weird. I've said this before. It's just really weird. It's really weird meeting someone that's been in your life for X amount of time. It's just bizarre because you don't know them personally. You got no connection with them other than the fact that you watch their streams or their videos or whatever, or listen to their podcasts every single week, and you're just like, oh, that's you. It's just weird. I remember meeting James for the first time playing at FPL. I was shitting myself. I remember meeting James of FPL Juice. Are all these people going to be called James? Yeah. I was shitting myself. Same with Ash and Nick. Absolutely shitting myself. Yelena was another one. Another one. Absolutely bricking it. Having a fucking panic attack. It's pathetic. Just to meet these genuinely lovely people. But it's just human nature. Any good shows you have been watching lately? I've just said that, haven't I? I enjoyed watching X-Men 97. Great adaptation and continuation of the... Oh yeah, I watched... you may have seen me post it on X, but they were streaming the whole series of Thunderbirds on YouTube, and I watched it. I'm like, you know what? Genuinely, this is just fantastic. Because the fact that they use real life humans to do certain things within the show, and animals as well, I think is bloody brilliant. Like, bearing in mind, like, this is a show that was created in 1970s. I didn't watch it until like the early 90s. And fast forward to 2024 and I watch it and I go, yeah, still stands the test of time. It's actually really, really good. Shave my armpits once in Turkey because my Turkish friends pressured me into it. Felt so uncomfortable, never again. Well, it's like with anything. If you shave certain areas which most people don't, at first it's weird, but a lot of this I can cover on Total Steve though, but I can't on this. What do you think of the film Iron Claw? Oh, is that the one with... I don't know. I forgot his name. This is Zac Efron. I've not seen it. I don't know. You mentioned a lot of stuff on BBC there. What did you think of this country? Appalling. Absolute garbage. I don't get it. I generally don't get why people like it. I couldn't get past the first episode. I'm just like, what's so funny about it? I said it, in fact, funny enough, I just said it on the podcast about the fact that breaking the ice with people, or in this case, when it comes to TV shows and various other things, specifically sitcoms, it's in the first episode, which character grabs me. If there's one character that can grab me, then I'm going to stick with it. This country, I just couldn't get my head around it. There was nothing I could get around. PK77 saying Blue Lights is meant to be very good on BBC. It's a police drama. Again, I saw an advert for it. Yeah. It did nothing for me. It could be the greatest thing since sliced bread. Maybe I'll give it a go. Who knows? I'm assuming you're referring to me, Cole. He's 36 points behind me. Do you think I have any chance of catching them? Well, you're on 3 hits, so yeah, probably. And knowing my luck, like I say, Sunday I couldn't give a fuck about. Literally, I'm only going out. That's it for me. In fact, even if this team was just left as it is, I may as well just do that. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan is still the best singles match in the Survivor Series I saw, even though AJ Styles versus Brock had better pace, but Bryan's match had more drama and close call moments. I've never seen it. I probably have, but I don't remember it. Telling the FPL community, who in the FPL community would you like to punch would be a swift way of being excommunicated? Baby Reindeer is a very uncomfortable watch. Karma, baby, I think you need to get a grip of yourself. It's not an uncomfortable watch. It's shit. Well, actually, I'm being a bit harsh. It's not shit. It's just... I was so disappointed with it. Started off really well, but I was just like... It didn't really do anything for me by the end of it. I was just like, oh, is that it? Yeah, whatever. And now the real story's coming out. I'm just like, oh. Is that it? I've seen series 1, someone side is saying of, I'm assuming Blue Light. Not seen season 2 yet though. Yeah, again, I don't know. Even though you're responding to PK7 someone. Did I give Hell's Kitchen a watch? Well, as I told you on the DMs, I remember it from... Well, I don't directly remember it, but I remember it from... when it was first released back in 2006, 2007. And yeah, I really enjoyed it at the time. Then the American one came out, enjoyed it, and then it, like we said, we agreed on the DMs, it just kind of blew up. Got absolutely ridiculous and yeah, just shit. Just over the top nonsense. I still need to watch the next episode of Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, which is episode 6 of series 2, I think it is. I think it's series 6 of series 2, but yeah. I've got not much else to say, to be honest with you. It's the final day of the season. Like I said, I'm only interested in the day out itself. I don't particularly give a stuff about what's happening. It has no bearing on anything to do with my mini leagues whatsoever that I'm in. I'm sure Jason will cover something on Sunday. It's down to Man City and Arsenal at the end of the day. Man City are going to win against West Ham 4 or 5-0, and Arsenal are going to beat Everton 2-1. That's about it, really. And if people are doing some form of free hit or whatever, like I say, yeah, stick with the teams that have got something to play for. What, Arsenal and Man City? Yeah, that's it. The rest of them, no one's playing for anything. And unless by some miracle, if Luton can overturn a minus 11, 12 goal difference on Nottingham Forest, relegated. Nottingham Forest aren't going to win aren't going to lose 10-0 to us and then Luton win 2-0, 3-0. It ain't happening. So Luton are, albeit, well, they're gone. And it's just such a shame that Chelsea didn't draw against Brighton the other day. Because then we would have had a 3-way battle between Chelsea, Newcastle and Man United for sixth spot. 6th spot. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the day, to be honest with you. Are you watching the UK Kitchen Nightmares that felt more like a documentary? I like the vibe of it better without without going over and over and over a billion times. When it comes to the UK, they're not over the top. It's just basically reality. They try and shoot it from a reality-based point of view. America just tries to... It tries to over-dramatise everything. And even me as watching, I'm like, you've edited it so much to the point of where I don't buy into it. It's just, I only find series 1 of the American version of Kitchen Nightmares hilarious because of Gordon Ramsay's reactions. That is it. Literally the only thing I found interesting about it is the fact that his reactions to everything is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I'm going as well, Paul, to be honest with you. I'm out of here. Any good movies you have watched this year? I don't watch films, to be honest. I have zero... Unless it's A Clockwork Orange or Superbad or A Clockwork Orange. I just don't bother with films. I mean, there was that, what was it, June on Netflix. I watched 10 minutes. I'm like, get this shit off. Not the newest Planet of the Apes, but the one, was it War of the Planet of the Apes? It does nothing for me. I can't deal with it. It's just too... I prefer like real dark, serious, surprisingly depressing, gritty TV, like proper, like Black Mirror, basically. Give me Black. In fact, there we are. PK7 Black Mirror. And on the final question, any reaction live stream on Sunday? I'm assuming Jason will be doing something. He said he may do something. I really don't know. The reason why he's not here today is because his wife is ill, so he's had to look after obviously the kids. So he can't join me tonight. But yeah, what I'll say is for anybody watching in, just enjoy your Sunday. Just enjoy your Sunday. Have a laugh. If you're free hitting, you're free hitting. Enjoy it for what it is. And just have a laugh with it. You know, unless you're quite literally at a stage where you're going to be in a chance of winning money or winning a mini league, don't worry about it. Seriously, just have a laugh with it. And yeah. Anyhow, as ever, thanks for watching, and just stay tuned on X for when Jason's going to be going live next. Like I say, I'm assuming he'll be doing a live stream on Sunday at some point. I have no idea when. Don't bother asking. And I'm sure... Well, I've already put the idea forward. I want me, Dan and Jason to do a review of the season. Just a review of the season and just chat shit, basically, about what's happened and the final standings, how Dan beat us, annoyingly. Yeah. Right then. Cheers all. I'll see you whenever I see you, and yeah, just make sure that you hit the like button.